Welcome to episode 344 of the Game Deflators Podcast. My name's John, and I'm joined by Ryan, Will, and Sean of the PlayStation Ain't Dead podcast. Ryan Zavasso. Go on, Ryan.
Hey, everybody. Here at the Game Deflators Podcast, we like to talk about games we've recently picked up, games we're currently playing, and we have a few friends over for lunch in this week's Inflation Deflation Challenge.
Yep, we do have a few friends. We got Will and Sean, PlayStation Ain't Dead. Yeah. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Hey. Thanks for having us, guys.
Thanks.
I am Sean from the PlayStation Ain't Dead podcast.
I'm Will.
Will, did you pee before we hopped on? Because I've got the pee break animation like built in for my videos.
I did. That's why I was late. I was in the bathroom doing things. And I was late, and I thought I was late, and I show up here, and I was all by myself. So all of y'all were late.
No, you were early. We said
do better. Dude.
We said noon.
Yeah.
Well,
if you're 5 minutes early, you're late.
Either.
if Will didn't have a problem with the bathroom, we could have squeezed in one more game of Warzone before we hopped on here. So
yeah, we could have. See, it's all on you, Will. All right, Ryan, what else are we going to talk about this week?
So this week, we take one last stab at the Switch 2 before launch. Then is Game Pass draining the life out of the industry? And before we buzz off, we do our inflation deflation on Mr. Mosquito.
I'm happy you mapped it all out together.
Yeah, I know. It came together really good this week. It doesn't usually line up and coalesce this well, but I think we got it.
I think it's because we got the boys on PlayStation 8 Dead here. That's what it is.
It sounded good. Sewn together just perfectly.
So smooth. All right. Well, before I plug our social media and website and all that stuff, Will, how about you run it through?
Oh man, you can find us any of the PS2, PS3, PS4, PS5, PSP, PS Vita, Ain't Dead, on the Facebooks. You can find me on the Instagrams at Will Ain't Dead. Also on Twitter X. What do you guys call it? Twixter. You can find me there. You can find me there at Will Ain't Dead, and yeah. Oh, and on the YouTubes, because that's where you're going to find us most. And YouTube and Spotify, PlayStation Ain't Dead podcast. So
and Rumble. So
and Rumble. Yeah.
What is Rumble?
It's another streaming platform. So
you know how it's so. I would say YouTube is Mountain Dew. Rumble is Mellow Yellow. It's the same thing, just a little less.
It's
Nobody's heard of it since the 90s.
Rumble is generally known for less like shadow banning and censorship and whatnot. So most people do both, so that there's also a backup in case something happens with you too, and this and that. So it's a growing platform.
No, it's all about backups now.
Yeah. So
I got all my backups. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. I've been here. I hear every week about your new
oh god,
redundant
my redundancy
hard disk drive. How many gigs you're up to now?
It is 2 14 terabyte drives that I got in there, but they combine to make 12.7 terabytes.
They combined to make a transformer.
I could make
We'll never forget any.
So that's in the NAS. Within the system itself, it's 2 10 terabytes. No, 2 10 terabytes, an 8 terabyte, and then I think a 2 terabyte as well. So yeah, I got about 30 terabytes of data in the desktop as well.
Man, so. I just had to bring it up, didn't I?
You did. Yeah, it was all done, Ryan. We were all finished.
You're just using duct tape to keep that all together?
No duct tape. No, I have Gorilla tape for sure though.
All right. Yeah.
What's the Flex Seal? You know that one?
Yeah. Flex Seal. Yeah. It can handle the heat. You know.
Yeah,
it's a lot of damage.
So, all right. Well, I guess our social media. Yeah, you can find us on X at Game Deflators, on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, and Blue Sky at The Game Deflators. We're a podcast. Find us on all those podcast applications, and then we're also on YouTube. Hit the little bell so you know when we're on. Cool. All right.
Cool.
Oh, and thegamedeflators.com. That one too.
They got a website and everything, man.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, we're all loaded over here. Okay, so pickups. Let's go ahead and get started. The first one I got is Caravan Sandwich.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was $20 on Woot, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say you cop that on the Woots.
Yep, I got that on the Woots. So
yeah, I was so mad when I saw that on Woot, because when I ordered mine off of Amazon, I didn't get it for 3 weeks. I said, "Where is it?" They said, okay, we'll send you another one. I waited another 3 weeks. They never sent it. I said, what's going on with this? Can like they kept getting lost in the mail. Then finally the third one, they were like, we're just going to refund you and just reorder it. And then finally they sent it. It took like a month and a half to get that game. I was like, wait. And then like last week I saw it on Woot. I was like, you know what?
And mine came in 2 days.
Yeah, right.
Woot is the real hero to the gamers. You know what I mean?
I had one day. What did I order? It was something else I'd ordered too, and it came within like 1 day. It was like next day shipping.
Yeah. No, they're pretty good. They're pretty good.
I was like,
they're either really
they're the
good
new
or like
Amazon.
really bad. There's no in between, you know.
I've only had good experiences so far.
You're
the
due.
other item. Yeah. Oh, what's that?
I said you're due then for a bad one.
Probably.
You just jinxed it.
Yeah, more than likely. The other thing I got is a new DualSense.
Nice.
Yeah, mine. The joysticks have gone bad, I guess, and I was like, I don't want to crack this thing. Yeah, they get drift.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
I got we
You have an
consultant on our show, Chris, and he can actually fix it for you and put Hall effect sticks in those now. They just came out with the ability to put Hall effect sticks in.
So I was looking at the Hall effect sticks because I was looking at replacements for it. They're like $15 or $20 to get new ones, which is fine.
Yeah.
But you got to take it apart. You got to desolder, resolder, all of that. So not like it's not like it's something I can't do. It's certainly within my capability to do so. It's just how valuable is my time?
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you know,
my Joy-Cons and they were easy.
What's that?
Yeah.
I did my Joy-Cons and they were easy.
Oh yeah. It was just
like you didn't have to unsolder anything.
Well, those are modules, aren't they?
Yeah, they would just like plug and play.
Yeah. Well, we can always give you Chris's address. You can send it to him if you want. Why didn't you decide to just bite the bullet and go for the Elite?
Cheapskate.
Yeah.
It's just I'm not going to spend that type of money for something. I mean, only reason that controller.
It's a big investment, but I mean, with the swappable, stick modules, it's like
the only. Well, I mean, we're 5 years into the PlayStation 5 right now.
Right.
A couple years removed. My other controller, no issue, and I've had it the same amount of time. I think with this one, I was playing a lot of Apex Legends at the time when I first got the PS5. So I think having to press constantly, down the run, that probably screwed it up at that point in time. So none of my other controllers have issues, just that one.
Right.
So I figure it'll last me. Won't be an issue.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Other pickup I got was I finally got my copy of Obojima, which is a 5e setting for D&D. It's pretty much Studio Ghibli meets Dungeons and Dragons.
Sweet.
So, yeah.
Nice.
So, yeah, those are my pickups. And then as far as what I'm currently playing, I'm still playing Fantasian Neo Dimension. I think so. What I'm going to end up doing is tonight, if I cannot beat the final boss, I'm at the final boss right now. I'm in the last area. Literally just need to walk into a room and start that battle. If I can't beat him tonight, I'm just going to go ahead and pause on that game and move forward to some other games because it's taking me a little too long to get through this.
That's my favorite time to quit a game.
Yeah, right. It's dude, Sean, I don't know if you played it yet or not, or if you were. I know you had picked it up.
I played I probably put about 6-7 hours into it. So like basically still the beginning, But I got the feel for it. I didn't go back to it because I didn't like it. I just, I kind of move on to other games. But I mean, the game is really good, I think. It's very
it looks great. I'm 48 hours into it on that one, which is about right, 40 to 50 hours for the game. But it ran into like a crazy difficulty spike. There just got to be a point in time where, so like the level I'm in now, it's like, you got to be like level 58, right? The progression of levels is ridiculous for grinding. I mean, we're talking 150, 200,000 experience needed, and the battles I'm in right now are only producing 8,000 experience. So you got to do like 20, 30 battles to level up each. It's too much at that point. So
they didn't lie to you. They said it was based on classic RPGs, and that's what you got to do.
That's a little much in terms of level grinding.
No hand holding back in the day.
It was like a mobile game originally, right?
Yeah, it was originally a mobile game released in 2 parts. So it kind of, and we talked about this a while back, where like the merge of a story between like part 1 and part 2, it doesn't feel cohesive when you do that because of the way it was released, right? The intention was there's a several month gap between part 1 and part 2, so naturally you would jump in and it feels like there's obviously a split in time. Whereas when you're playing it on, PS5, you don't know at any point like what that merge was for part 1 and part 2. So, but yeah, I mean, the game overall is pretty good. I like the story, I like the graphics, I like the fights are great. The small mini cutscenes for them doing their special abilities are good. I do like the grid system similar to Final Fantasy X, where you can kind of level up certain abilities and get stuff. So that's all great. It's just the difficulty spike of being level 40 something and thinking, all right, I'm good to go.
Right.
To then, where I'm at now. And then there's also the component of needing to get certain gems, which have resistances set up to be able to, go into certain boss battles. So some boss battles you need to have like your fire resistance +4 or cold resistance, or maybe you need to have nulling of curse and things of that nature. So yeah, it's just there's a little too much having to wiggle around of characters. There's no, oh, hey, I want to have like this character built this way and he's null to like these abilities and resistance, and this one's okay with this. You'll run into a battle where a boss is just straight up pelting you with everything on all characters, and the only way to get around that is if every character has the same gems equipped to them at that point.
Okay.
So it's a bit much, but what I'm going to do is jump in.
Too much for me.
Yeah,
is it like a holdover from being a mobile game where it's like you're kind of more expected to do like a lot of little grindy stuff over time to build up instead of just like sitting down and playing it like a game?
That might be it too, right? There probably was this intention of, hey, you're going to be grinding it out till you get to X point, and you got to wait several months. But if your player just says, hey, I want to sit back and keep playing this, fantastic. I just don't have the time to sit there and level grind another 5-6 levels at this point.
Do we know how? Do you know how long it was before the first part and the second part came out on the mobile?
I don't. I want to say it was several months. If I recall, it was like several months is what I'd read.
All right, all right, yeah. Because I'd expect if it was a while, it'd be like, all right, well, just keep grinding on level, on the first half.
Yeah, exactly. Like go into side quests, and like I didn't do a ton of side quests for sure, right? Like, so one of the things I need to do is get one of the characters. I was reading ahead on like, oh well, what's the best strategy to beat the final boss? Because apparently he's got 3 forms, which is akin to a lot of those old school RPGs. So 100,000 HP, it doubles to 200,000, and it's 400,000 on the third phase. So you're looking at 700,000 HP that you got to kill. Plus his attack goes, I don't know the exact number, but it's like 200 attack level, 400, and then 800, and the same with his defense as well. So like it just gets increasingly harder as you progress in the final battle, which is normal. Like I'm not saying anything against that, but given where I am leveling wise, where I am with my weapons, I'm gonna have a tough time on this boss. So we'll see.
Sounds like you're gonna have to go back to the beginning of the game.
No, I can level grind. There's plenty of side quests I can jump into to get certain gems and items that'll help me out.
Right.
But it's a bit of a pain in the ass. Yeah.
Why don't you try a strategy guide? Get some help. I mean, obviously it's an uphill slog.
I got one. I went online and I found a strategy guide. It says like, hey, here's where to get X weapons. Like, not a big deal. A lot of them are just side quest related. You just pick them up when you finish a side quest. So there's a few that I just got to jump into and beat, and then hopefully get certain weapons, and maybe that'll help me out.
I remember when I was playing it, I was getting it might not be battle wise, but like the whole vibe wise. It was like Skies of Arcadia. It was like I kept feeling that. Maybe it was like more of the cutscenes and the animation type situation going on.
Yeah.
But
I was telling Ryan I really like
it was a good game.
Yeah, I really like the style of the game. Like it very much feels like you're walking through a diorama as you're playing through it. It's got that like claymation type of feel for the levels in the world. So yeah, I mean, a beautiful game. I think it's worth playing it. Hopefully I could beat it tonight. Otherwise, I'm going to move into Castlevania. And then after I beat Castlevania, I'll move into my new games resolution of Witcher on the PC. So
which Castlevania?
Symphony of the Night.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. You just get you just got the PS4 version, or are you going to use the PS4?
Yeah, I just downloaded digitally. Yeah, I've got copies of it, but I can just play it digitally. It works too.
Definitely.
So
definitely. Why not? Saves, it's like my original Castlevania, or is it Castlevania 3? I can't remember, but I think it's the original Castlevania. I have the Famicom disc version.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, let me tell you, save states the Famicom Disk System, you have save states on Castlevania. Holy crap! I mean, that's like the best thing in the world.
That's
Why
a
didn't we
whole
ever
new
get
world.
that back in the day?
Oh,
It's just-
I
and
wish, man.
there's a word for that. It's called cheap. Cheap.
Yeah.
Cheap.
So
Save states.
So yeah, I would normally throw in like the Black Label Castlevania, into the PS3 downstairs, but I got a kid that
Yeah.
likes to get his hands into game consoles nowadays. So the last thing I need to do is see a nice minty looking Black Label game broken in half. So not that he screws around with my video games, but any off
Right.
chance that's the one
Anything
game
could
he
happen.
destroys. Yeah, exactly.
Right,
Anything
right,
could
right,
happen.
right.
Granted,
Right.
I'd have to
Children are
replace a disc.
unpredictable.
Yeah, you never know with that kid. Brian, I'll pass it to you.
Okay, so not a whole lot this week. The new Pokemon Pocket TCG. You guys ever check that out?
I
News
tried.
for that
Will
just
has.
came out this week.
Yeah, Will has. He's really into it.
I just see the crazy
Okay.
videos of crazy people.
Yeah, so I don't know. I this is the first set that came out that I'm not like that jazzed on, and it's just like a smaller set. It's only like 1 pack instead of 2, so I'm gonna like just kind of cool it out this one. Not really worry too much about it. Other than that, I ordered a deck box on Etsy, so that'll hopefully come in like a week or two, and then I'll show that off. As far as playing this week, haven't really been playing too much. I'm still messing around with my Digimon 20th Digivice. I lost my first 2 guys on there, and just yesterday booted up, got 2 new eggs going on that. So going to see if I can't get that all the way up to like, I don't know. If you get certain Digimons together, you can like merge them together to get like the highest form. So I'm gonna see if I can't make that happen this time.
So you're saying that you neglected your Digimon and killed them off?
Oh, you have to. I mean, you just reach a point where they're not going to do anything else, so they just kind of get harder and harder to maintain. So it's like, all right, let these guys go. I got like 30 more or whatever that I can make, so I'm gonna just get cracking on that.
You're like that
There's a-
trainer in the early Pokemon days that left his Charmander in the rain. That's what you are, Ryan.
Oh yeah, yeah, but they're just Digimon. They're just data.
It's a.
Do you
it's
get
just a-
anything for it when you kill them off? Like some sort of.
No, they just kind of like it. I mean, it's real like the basic little old like Tamagotchi kind of thing. So
Mhm.
it doesn't do a whole lot. There's some like more advanced ones that I've been looking into that seem kind of cool. I might look at getting one of those maybe down the road a little bit. We'll see. So that's basically the only thing I've been playing this week. I do kind of want to give a shout out. So I've talked about him on here before. My favorite YouTuber, Noah Caldwell Gervais, he puts out these like big long gaming video essays. Usually he's the kind of guy who puts out like, one super quality thing like every handful of months. He's put out a video a day for the last 4 days, and me and all of his regular viewers are just like so blown away and impressed, and we have no idea what's going on, but it's been kind of a cool thing to just see like my favorite guy just kind of like pop off and put out a bunch of great content. So
What's
if
his
you haven't checked
content
him out
focused
before,
around?
he does like big video game essays. So he just did one. He lives up in the PNW. He's really into like restoring like old cars and stuff. Also, like he's got a whole series of like doing like road trip things and like visiting all the sites from like the Fallout games and stuff in a
Oh,
road
cool.
trip. Yeah, and he like toured around the whole country in like a VW bus with his wife and his dogs for like a couple of years, just doing the YouTube thing.
Nice.
And so he's got a ton of videos, but he did one that I've been specifically waiting to see him do, which was Pacific Drive, because that's just like so up his alley as a kind of game I wanted to see him really be able to talk about something he would totally vibe with. And then he did what was it? The Cult of the Lamb.
Called the Lamb. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
That's a cool game.
Yeah, he did Horizon. What's the West one?
Forbidden West.
Forbidden West.
And then he just did the Doom Eternal, or no, Doom Dark Ages, and also
Yeah.
the DLC for Doom Eternal just came out today. So I watched that this morning. I mean, some of those videos, like the Pacific Northwest and the Pacific Drive and Cult of the Lamb, those are like 40-minute videos. But then the Forbidden West is like, I think like an hour 40. The one today I think was like a couple hours. He's got like a 7-hour one on like all of the Resident Evil franchise. He makes some pretty prolific content. He's a great writer, so definitely check him out if you haven't.
Okay, so he goes because I like stuff. So it's more documentary. He talks about the games, or is it just playthroughs?
Yeah. He goes like just like kind of real in depth about like you know, all the different aspects. He doesn't go like beat by beat on the story or anything. It's really well written.
I like that kind of content. I'll probably check them out. I'll sit there at work and I'll just like put something on. You know, like, I always watch like who do I always watch? For a while I was always watching the Pac-Man Case. Yeah, he always does like the history of like arcade games. You know, stuff like that. So it'd be like, oh, the Donkey Kong like game, you know, and he'll go into the whole history of like you know, the cabinet, how it sold, you know, like what was ripped off of it, you know, stuff like that, you know. And there'll be like 40-minute videos and stuff like that. So he's pretty cool like that. But yeah,
awesome. I'll have to check that out.
Man. Nice. Yeah. So who's up?
All I got this week.
Yeah, Will's up.
Oh, all right, real quick. I got Buffy the Vampire Chaos Bleeds. My girlfriend's a big fan of this. Nice. We saw it at the store, and the case and the artwork were jacked, completely sun faded. I had a friend of mine make me a reproduction cover, and here we are.
Nice. Did you?
The store was keeping in the sun to kill the vampires.
Yeah.
You know?
I put it facing out in the window. I don't know. They had a vampire problem.
That's a very valid point, actually. Smell like garlic when you got it.
Safe than sorry.
Yeah.
Well, did you use a donor case for that out of your pile of?
Yeah, I used a donor. There's the original, or the original cooked one, and then there's the one I had made. So.
Oh yeah.
So, that's definitely sun bleached.
Yeah, maybe. No vampires in this game. I picked this up, Assassin's Creed, the Ezio collection. I usually avoid Ubisoft like the plague, but did some digging, and all the games and all the DLC are on disc. So I got this under sub $20. It's got it's 2, 3, and 4, I guess, around here. I haven't cracked it open, but I do plan on doing that.
So you are going to crack it open, just for clarification purposes on this podcast.
Yeah, I would like to get around to it, John.
I'd like to see.
I would like to know. I would like to know. Yeah. Why don't you open it up?
People need to know.
I haven't gotten around to it. I got lots of games.
Is it?
Oh, right now is a perfect time.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Is it a double disc?
No, guess what? I'm not some fucking organ grinder monkey who's gonna freaking open my games at your behest just because it makes you feel good because you think you got something. You're better than me because you open your video games. No.
You owe me $1 now. That's what it is. $1. Every day you don't open a game, $1.
Yeah,
man.
No. You're the one who.
I was very interested.
My good name on your show a couple weeks ago, and you're lucky I'm here. So anyway.
The disparagement.
Here's what I recently opened. Yars Rising.
Yeah.
Don't. If you get this, don't open it. Leave it in the case. It's not worth it. Some
cool game.
It's no. Is it in here? No.
Is it based on Yars Revenge?
Yes. Yars. When you're some modern girl and you're running through levels and you got to hack these computers and this, that, and the other. And when you hack the computer, it plays the original Yars. You play the original Yars, and once you accomplish a little mission on the original Yars, boom, it goes back into the modern day game, and you go and play that.
So I saw in that case there wasn't a game present. Are you sure that the Assassin's Creed has a disc in there? You might need to open and check.
Oh, it's loose. Yeah. I can hear it. I go like this.
Oh, you bought it on Amazon. Okay.
Oh, let's check it out, man.
Oh yeah, that's loose.
Oh man. Yeah. Why don't we tear that open real quick?
Quality.
Look, hey, Will.
Yeah,
me too.
It's a curse.
It's those PS4 cases, man.
Yeah, I don't know why he doesn't like Yars. It's a 2D platformer. It's made by WayForward, the same company that makes Shantae. So
I don't like the characters.
Oh, did I get it? I got it in. Oh no, never mind.
No,
go on.
I tried and I put some indentations in the back of the artwork already on the so it's whatever. I mean, it's not like it's a game that's gonna be worth a damn or anything.
It's an 8.5 now with its grade, because it's loose.
Right.
Yeah.
I wonder if WADA has that service where they can replace your discs if they're loose. Probably. I got Dead by Daylight, the Nightmare Edition, the Stranger Things one. Well, I've been getting Dead by Daylight a lot more lately, and this was formerly a $100 plus game, but because they lost the license, and this was the only way to get the characters from Stranger Things in the game is on this is this way. But they got the license back. The price plummeted. I'm betting that they lose the license again. And boom, boom, gold, baby.
There
25,
you go.
Yeah.
Which edition is that? How much is it? Curious.
How much is it now? I think it's like $25 is what it's going for now. But
yeah, I've been interested in that one.
It used to be like 125, something like that.
It's the PS4 version only that has Stranger Things.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. But been playing a lot of that lately.
So, I see here. Yeah, it's $48 actually on Amazon.
New?
Well, they did just announce,
New.
I think, season 4. I think I just saw an article for season 4 coming out.
Yeah,
I
new.
think
You could get it used.
it.
Used is $25. Yeah, original case and art. Yeah, not too bad.
Also picked this recently. Five Nights at Freddy's Core Edition, Core Collection.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's
Interesting.
It's got 1, 2, 3, and 4, and sister location. I picked this up because my new Dead by Daylight obsession, and they're including Springtrap from the games from this series in Dead by Daylight. And I was like, you know what? There's something about these games. A lot of people, the kids love it. The YouTubers do love it. It's all over the place. So I figured, here, let's see what this shit's all about. So I got that.
Will tried to make that our
Fun
game
game.
this week.
Yeah, I did. So
I've never
This
played
could-
it. I know
this
a
could-
lot about it from YouTube.
yeah, this could have been open,
It's
but you messed that up.
I think I dived into the first one because I got that collection on the Switch a couple of years ago, and I put a few hours into it. It's got a cool vibe, you know. It's it definitely makes you like not scared, but you know, like where is the guy? Like where's he gonna pop out? And that's like the whole premise of the game, right? You know, like you just gotta sit in waiting in anticipation type situation. So that's what's cool about the game. Now, as for like I have the same collection, you know, like 1 through 5. I haven't tried the other ones, but I have a feeling just from playing the first one, they're probably all the same, right? I mean, I would assume.
It's like you said,
They
kind of
change a bit, like some of the mechanics and things, and some of them are like way different. But I mean, they're all kind of that same, like, you know, just testing your patience. You got to kind of do the right thing in the right way at the right time and manage stuff.
Right. Yeah.
So,
So I mean, you'd have to be completely addicted to that to like sit there and play all of them.
Or committed to the lore. That's why I know about it, because I watched like Game Theory's done like a million videos on it, and I've watched them all, and it's like it's just it's so rabbit holey and just like all this like lore stuff that the game never even tells you. It's like Elden Ring or any of those FromSoft games, but like even worse.
Isn't it like they're all the spirits of children that were killed or something? Yeah.
Oh,
the movie came out like last year. That was okay.
Yeah, okay, that's the one. I was thinking of the Nicolas Cage one, which I think is like basically a copy of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Will, any other games?
No.
Wasn't that the game? The movie, I mean, the Nicolas Cage one?
No, Nicolas Cage
did a whole one.
He did a whole separate thing where he doesn't even talk in the movie.
Yeah,
Sure.
but wasn't that called Five Nights at Freddy's? Wasn't that?
No.
That's
he's in a
called
pizza place.
something else.
What's it
Yeah,
called?
yeah. It's basically like a B movie version, kind of.
Hey!
All
Don't
right.
besmirch that movie. That's actually a pretty decent movie.
I mean, I'm in the sense that it's like, you know, like an off-brand Godzilla would be a B movie version.
No,
Yeah.
no, we can't go that far. That was a good movie.
I
enjoyed
think
it.
anything with Nicolas Cage is gold. So I don't know what we're talking about right here. So
Well, let's not go that far.
Nicolas Cage is actually you can play as Nicolas Cage in Dead by Daylight. He's just
Oh, that's right.
his son is a big fan of the game, And they just asked him. He's like, yeah, sure, my kid loves it. Yeah, why not? So,
Am I going to make money to get me out of bankruptcy? Sure.
I remember they like brought him on stage for that.
I remember watching one movie where like watching one movie where he was like a knight, and like there was like witches, and they were going after the witches, trying to save the witches or something, and it takes place obviously like in medieval times, and his side characters, they had like Brooklyn accents, and like no one tried to do like an old English accent. They were like Brooklyn. Like I was like, what the fuck is going on in this movie?
Sounds like Kevin Costner and Robin Hood. As far as what I've been playing, I'm playing Dead by Daylight. Mr. Mosquito did my homework, and I'm playing Warzone, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 and Warzone. Just mindless, repetitive, over and over, no story, just get it done games, and that's pretty much it. I need a new game, but I have nothing. Oh, and a lot of I'm still playing the Capcom Fighting Collection, going into that a lot. Still,
you could always crack open at Assassin's Creed, and that could be your new game.
No,
yeah,
I'm not ready.
Hours of entertainment.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm never opening that game.
Expedition 33, game of the year.
Oh no,
great game.
Too French.
Great game.
Too French.
Oh.
Yeah,
I do have a French Canadian here, so
I still haven't forgiven the French. So no, I will not be playing that game.
Well, there goes our listenership in France. Thanks, Will. Sean, what do you got for this week?
Will goes the In-N-Out Burger and still asks for freedom fries. All right, this week,
that's a religious, proverb on the side of my drink,
right? This week, I played a lot more like handheld games, just kind of things that were lying around that I haven't really played a lot. So I put a lot of time into Shantae Advance, Risky's Revolution. That's the this takes place, I think, after the second game, I believe. It was just released from Limited Run, but they it's an older game that they actually finished. So if you like Shantae, this is a great Shantae game. I'm sure that they're going to release a Switch version and a PS5 version and really milk it, till the cows come home. So, what else did I play? I got this for the Chromatic handheld, Hermano. So it's exclusive for that.
Nice.
If you don't know what the Chromatic is, it's basically a it's a newer version of the Game Boy. It plays Game Boy games, Game Boy Color games. You can get it at GameStop. It has like a beautiful screen, so it's like a pre-modded Game Boy, let's say. These games will also work on old school Game Boys and the Analog Pocket and all that stuff too. So this is a cool 2D platformer where you're a skeleton and basically you rip your head off and that's your weapon. So you're just throwing your skull at the, it's nice and classic and old school. Very fun if you like that sort of thing. And these you can get on Mod Retro's site. They're like $30, $40, something like that. And they all come with like a little charm that you can hang off of the Game Boy. The packaging is done really well.
You sold Ryan.
Yeah. They put a lot of care into it. So let me see. What else did I play this week? I played Warzone with Will. And then I also played this on the PS1, Space Shot. I would say that this game is a hidden gem on the PlayStation. This is a great shmup where the PlayStation and PlayStation 2 lack a lot of shmups. This is a great... it came out originally as like a budget game. It's still really cheap. You can still get it for like, $20, somewhere in that range. New and used. But I think back in the day, they would come in like 3-packs. So that's how budget they were. But it's a great horizontal shmup with lots of cutscenes, voice acting. The quality on this game back then, I thought was like superb for the PlayStation 1 at least. So
and I think Sean, if I didn't know better, I would say you're trying to inflate the value of that game. You've been pushing.
I am.
on
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Chill.
Okay, right.
There it is. Okay.
Yeah. And I did play. I did play Little Mr. Mosquito, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Well, I don't know if
my
it's going
thoughts
to be
on
raining
that.
by you, Will, but I am hoping I don't lose signal here at any point in the middle of the recording.
You sent me a message. I was cutting in and out.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely. It might be me because I've got a pretty nasty storm coming in right now.
Yeah,
So
it
we'll
said
see.
it was a 50-50 shot. I'm
Yeah.
over.
I haven't seen any. I haven't seen any cutouts.
Oh yeah, it's probably just me then.
Mm.
So it'll probably show in the recording when it's all said and done, since on my end. But we'll see.
see.
We'll see. Cool.
It's
Anything
usually
else?
me because I live in the middle of the woods.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, you've been rubber banding a little bit, Sean.
Yeah, we've been talking. Were we doing what we pickups too? Or
Yeah.
That's what I've been playing. I mean, I can go through them real quick. I got Steriden for the PS5. I haven't played it yet. Another shmup from Red Art Games. Looks like a bullet hell. An adventure game that really piqued my interest. Blades of Fire, done by 505 Games. It kind of looks like that, like old school kind of, maybe like a PS3 type game, PS2. You know, I have a feeling I'm going to really be into this. Killing Time, Resurrected from Limited Run. I think this might have been an old like 3DO game. Basically, it's like House of the Dead. You know, like you just shoot like a rail shooter. So, this looks horrible. It looks fun, but it looks horrible. Shotgun King from Red Art Games. I looked at the gameplay, and I figured, oh, this would be a cool little game because look at the guy, right? And you look at the game, and it's literally like MS-DOS chess. It's like you're the king with a shotgun, and you're shooting like the pawns across like the chessboard. And I was like, oh,
What the heck?
I haven't tried it yet, but yeah. And then this one I'd be on the lookout for because I wasn't going to get it at first. Then I kind of jumped on it because I saw that they just came out with, this is the limited edition, like the first pressing, and they just came out with pre-orders for the regular edition. They're both like the same price, but this is the Precinct limited edition.
Oh God, I heard about that.
It came out. Yeah, it came with a nice steel book. And I haven't played it yet, but James, our other host on PlayStation Ain't Dead Podcast, basically he describes it almost as like Grand Theft Auto 1, you know, like the top down view.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of like you being the criminal, you're actually like a cop on his first day at work. So you got to go through all the stuff. You're given parking tickets and this and that, but then like you gradually you start to go after criminals and whatnot. So police simulator, I wouldn't call that a police simulator, but it's more it's more like GTA, but roles reversed, I would assume.
I wonder if you get to like determine
cool.
what type of cop you are long term.
Yeah. It's probably, you know what? It's probably in there. Yeah,
It's kind of like somebody took.
I don't know, it seems like it takes place in the 80s.
Back.
Very nice.
What took what back?
It seems kind of like
one more. I'm sorry.
If it's like a top-down version of like L.A. Noire.
Oh, right. Yeah. It's quite possible. I haven't gotten into it yet though, but I just wanted to get it before the limited edition sold out because they put pre-order up for the regular edition. So, and finally from Super Rare Games, I got Cyber Shadow. I think this is kind of going to be a kind of a rare game down the line. It's pretty much similar to like a Ninja Gaiden, Shinobi type, 16-bit ninja game, but I think there's only about 1,000 of these made, somewhere 1,000 or 2,000. So
now
that'll be
probably
be pretty rare. So
eBay.
You can't.
It's still up on,
The
Switch.
The PS5 is sold out. They are shipping now. I just got this yesterday. But I didn't order the Switch version. And usually with super rare games, the Switch version usually goes really expensive and really fast. I checked yesterday, and there was 4% left of the Switch, and I ordered a Switch copy too. I don't know why I didn't double dip that day, but so there are 4% left on Super Rare's website as of now. So
Nice.
there you go.
Very good. All right, well, let's jump into our 2 articles for the week. So the first one here is the Switch 2, and it's promising start holding an uncertain future. This one is from The Verge. So overall premise here is we're seeing a large, like, Switch pre-orders are sold out for the most part, right? In fact, they're canceling pre-orders at Walmart probably because they sold too many. But does that mean it's going to have a successful future? I am in the boat of thinking this is not going to be the Wii U Part 2. I think there's enough crazed Nintendo fan base right now, super fans, that are going to at least propel this into the realm of 75, 80 million at minimum. I don't see it going anything below that. I mean, the Wii U, I think, sold 14 million. But I mean, it's the Wii U, right? It's not. You had the Wii and all of the sales that came from, I think it was 100 million Wii consoles that were sold at that point in time, right? Or 200 million. What was the total on Wii consoles?
Yeah.
It was quite a bit. Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah, I don't see it going down that route at all. Sorry, I got a call coming in at the same
We
time.
101.6.
There you go, 101.6 million. So yeah, I mean, I think we're going to end up seeing the Switch 2 is going to be successful. It's maybe not going to be at the same level of the Switch. And the reason I think that is you had a lot of general consumers that were buying 3 and 4 Nintendo Switch Lites, which of course are factored into the overall sales figures. Families buying multiple versions for the house in general, for the standard Switch, the OLED, and pricing. I mean, you're looking at $450 right now for this console, and the Switch One is perfectly fine. Huge library. I don't think there's a need for families to go out and get this console. So I think that's really gonna, it's gonna hammer it down a bit, but I don't think it's gonna hammer it down as much as people are thinking. At least in this article.
The COVID bump that it got and the crazy successful launch of Animal Crossing really helped kind of toe the line with like casuals on the Switch. And then also I think when the Switch launched, it had a pretty exclusive range of like, hey, do you like indie games? Do you want to play those wherever you're at, but not on your phone? Here's like a convenient Nintendo way to do that. And I think a lot of people jumped on board with that, but now with the Steam Deck and all the Legions and Xbox looking to maybe get into it, like there's just so many other avenues for having a portable version. PlayStation's thinking about making a new portable version of a console, so there's just so much more competition in that space that they're not going to have that run up of being like, we've always been the handheld people, so obviously anybody who wants a handheld's coming to us, and it isn't that ball game anymore either.
I'm rooting against it.
Right.
I
agree with. Go for it.
I'm not a Switch person. But all the news I've been reading, all the anti-consumerism BS that Nintendo has been doing with their game key cards, and you used to be able to get one account, 2 people could share it and play it. And they took that away, and they even did that retroactively to the Switch as well. And it's just I don't know. Are there enough hardcore Nintendo fans to save the launch of this game? I don't know. From what I understand is there's going to be plenty available at launch. I don't think there's going to be a shortage of any type, and I think they're going to get stuck holding the bag because of the like I said, they're anti-consumeristic practices and
well, I think you'll be able to get the hardcore fans to hold it up, and you do that by releasing 4 different versions of colors for your console.
Right? Where's all the colors?
And several boxes that are different too, right?
Yeah.
Like this one has a
they're coming
logo.
Oh,
yeah.
The Pokemon themed one, the Zelda themed one. I mean that's going to help.
Oh yeah. You get that, and you're going to have 4 or 5 Switches sold, purchased by one person.
Oh man.
So,
Nintendo.
I'm interested to see when the next.
I mean, there's already 2 boxes available right now. The pack.
Oh, the one with the pack in.
Yeah, I think Sean's on delay.
Yeah,
he is.
I'm on delay. Yeah. So I'm keeping quiet.
Yeah, I think once we get to see them do their next direct, we'll get a really good outline of what the future is going to hold for the console. Right now I feel like we only know about like a couple of games. Donkey Kong's going to be a big one, but I mean, it's not compelling me to go out and buy the console, nor is Mario Kart World. And I think a lot of those titles Nintendo's counting on being kind of like evergreen on their sales anyway, so there's not really going to be any pressure to have to like get them now, because you're not going to be able to just get them later, because you always basically will be. I think
they need to ramp up their own IP. A lot of games. They need to do a lot of more Mario games. They need to push that shit. Otherwise, it's not gonna bode well for them.
I'll pass it to Sean. He'll hear this in about 2 seconds.
Am I still delaying?
I don't know. We'll find out in a post recording.
Hold on. I think my
all right. I agree with John. I think it's obviously going to have a strong release. Going in the upcoming months, I don't think it's really going to be as forceful as maybe the Switch One was. I don't see a reason for parents to go out and rush to buy it for their kids, because they still have a Switch One. Pretty much probably very similar to how like the NES was when the SNES came out. Parents. So it'll I think it's going to be a mediocre console. The launch lineup stinks, and I don't think it's going to be do gangbusters the way that the Switch One did. So I'll keep it short like that. Personally, that's how I think. And Nintendo's always done that. They always go up and down, up and down. So,
well, I mean, this console is supposed to be successful because the Alarmo released just not too long ago. So.
You're looking
I
at
got my Alarmo.
People who adopted the Alarmo. Day one purchase for Sean.
Was it? Oh, he's going to get it.
Oh, I think so.
Probably bought like 4 or 5, right?
No, he bought one and it stays next to his bed, and Mario wakes him up. It's me. I don't know.
It's me. Wake up.
Oh man, do you like it? Have you used it?
No, it's still sealed. I got no reason for it.
Right there's going to be worth
Just
like
need to have it, man.
That's going to be worth $100 in about 10 years.
Right? No, and this is, I'm a huge Nintendo fanboy. I've always been a huge Nintendo fanboy, and I'm not excited for the Switch 2. I didn't pre-order it. I figure I'll just wait until like maybe I'm walking in the store one day and I got a couple $100 in my pocket. I'll say, fine, finally I'll get it.
Exactly.
You also know in a year or two, it's going to be like, oh, the OLED Switch 2 is coming out. Like I don't understand the downgrade to like get rid of the OLED screen. Kind of annoying.
Yeah.
And like I said, the launch lineup, there's literally 2 games, Plus, they got to work out this whole game card situation. They got to make more sizes of the cartridges, which hopefully they do over the next couple of years. Because that's really going to be a sticking point to people, I think. Granted, we're talking like collectors and gamers.
Mm-hmm.
You got to think about the mom and dad out there. They don't give a shit. Yeah.
Well, most of the kids don't either.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Their favorite Fortnite
really don't.
game, they don't have a physical copy of that.
Yeah.
Come
Christmas, you said?
Come Christmas time, I mean, it's probably going to be the hottest selling console. Everybody's going to clamor and race to get it. I think you're going to have a good few months. This first, this week it comes out. I think they're going to be back in stores probably in 2 weeks. I would assume. And you basically have until October to get them. I think scalpers are going to be holding the bag. Because I don't think people are going to fall for the scalper situation the way they did with the PS5 and all that stuff.
Yeah, I agree with that. All right, jumping into in terms of.
I'm sorry for my delay. I live in the middle of the woods.
We'll figure it out. I don't know how it's going to be. I might have to take the actual like video itself and use that as a its own MP3 and go from there. We'll see. We'll figure it out. Probably not separate audio files. So as long as we don't screw up, we're all good. So yeah, next article here. I had a transition, but then I forgot it, and then we got into delays. So former PlayStation boss has stated that subscription services like the Xbox Game Pass could become dangerous for devs, and that Sony delivers a healthier model with the PlayStation Plus. And that's from Games Radar, and this is Ryan's article. So Ryan, take it away. Oh no, this is my article. I think, yeah, this one's my article. Never mind, I took your article. Go on, you take my article.
All right, so Shuhei Yoshida, former head of Sony, PlayStation, big guy in the industry. He's been around for a long time. You know, he's saying that he thinks that the way PlayStation does it is better than the way Xbox does it. And this is something we've heard echoed kind of since the dawn of Game Pass and the whole idea of like, hey, just pay a subscription and then you can, you know, play these games as long as they're on there. And we're going to do day one releases. I love it. I mean, it's the only thing I do on my Xbox. I've bought like 2 games for the console, actually, and everything else has just been Game Pass. So, I mean, it works for the consumer, but as for, you know, does it, you know, take away from actual sales of games? You know, we've kind of seen mixed results. We've seen some studios that like they put their game on Game Pass and it does gangbusters, and then they're like, oh man, you know, if only we had sold all those copies of the game instead. And then we see other games where it's like, oh, it's gotten so much exposure on Xbox, now we're starting to see sales really tick up, you know, on PC or on PlayStation or wherever else that game is at the time. So it's kind of cut both ways. But in PlayStation's alley, you know, they will release a game, especially their first party games, for full price. And then after some time, you know, those will come out onto the PS Plus. And then as long as you're subscribed to the PS Plus service, you basically have indefinite access because you kind of just keep your digital receipt for that. And it doesn't cycle out the way the subscription model does. So there's a lot of kind of pros that I see, you know, in the model for PlayStation. But man, is it nice to just like have that day one experience on a game and not have to like really risk any investment. Like I want to say it might be a contributing factor to like Claire Obscure's huge success, because like boom, day one, no risk of like, hey, is this actually going to be a good game? You know, it looks like something I really want to play, but it's also, you know, by a new unvetted studio. It's got a bizarre name and look to it. You know, there's no real vetting on this yet, but it did really good there, and it's done really good elsewhere. So that could have a factor. I don't know. It really cuts both ways. You really see his side and kind of the other side here, I think.
Sean, I'll leave it to you there.
Right. I see. You know, unfortunately, I agree with the ex head of Sony, because I'm old school too. Look at me. I love physical media. Okay. Unfortunately, it's a battle that's not going to be won. And we can see with as time goes by, with everything in our lives, everything is being compressed down to minimalistic settings. Nobody wants all of this stuff. You know, the younger generations, very few. And everything has become a subscription model, and that's how Xbox is platforming it, which makes their what do they say? Everything is an Xbox.
Yeah, everything's an Xbox.
It's really true. You know, if you literally just, you know, want to go, you know, on your phone and play. I have an Atari VCS. I could play my Xbox from that. You know what I mean? I have the Xbox Series X. It is great to have the game day one. So how is it going to affect game developers? I think it's going to be very similar to basically the music industry was 20, 25 years ago when Napster and streaming services all came out. It's going to change the business model of how developers get paid. You know, where you used to get revenue off of the album sales, now you're only getting like pennies off of the streaming. It has hurt the music industry, And as for development and ideas with music, I think it's also hurt that too. And it will hurt the game. It will hurt ideas and whatnot in the future, because if you're not getting paid as much or not standing out because everybody can basically do it, which is kind of what you could do with gaming right now. Everybody can do it. How much shovelware is out there? The market is just flooded. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that. I don't think it's a battle you could win. Unfortunately, we could talk about it all day long. So,
and that's one of the big components that they address here, right? Like, it kind of kills creativity, and those developers start building games that are more suited towards the actual service itself, thinking what's going to be successful, build into the model on what's popular versus creativity. And whereas Sony's allowing those development companies to just kind of step in and be creative, right? They're not vying for position on day one and trying to get the most exposure they can. I mean, they will long term after X amount of sales, but and that's where you come up with hidden gems on the console too, right? Like, hey, it didn't sell so well physically, it's now digital. You're still going to get those sales long term, So I think I would agree with this as well, but we're also, like you had mentioned, Sean, we're physical media people. So in terms of digital purchases, it's not exactly like number one of what we're looking to do. I mean, we all just shared physical pickups. So
yeah, we're dinosaurs, and it's the future generation is going to decide how the way this shit goes. Unfortunately, again, they don't care about physical media. And speaking of creativity, just wait until AI ramps up and starts making their video games, because that's in the future.
Oh yeah.
There's I could see an AI game. There probably already are. I mean, well, I'm sure portions of games now do
probably
have their
story. I would think story. Like, you've got AI generated stories that are kind of, in games already.
Yeah. I mean, AI can serve a purpose if it can be used well, but I mean, that's not what studio execs see. They don't see it as like a first draft machine. They see it as a kill the artist and send it out.
Yeah.
And
money.
And how are you going to best way to crank those games out? Just subscription service. There you go.
Yeah. I mean, it is funny when I play a game off of Game Pass. For instance, I didn't get the new Doom game yet physically. I haven't bought it yet, but I downloaded it day one on Game Pass, and I played it. I loved it. I got to like level 4. I haven't finished it, and that's what happens with me with my digital releases. I feel like I don't own it, so I never go back to it. When I have the disc in the console, that disc isn't coming out until I'm done with the game, because because I know when I take the disc out, it's probably not going back in because I'm going to move on to another game, and so I haven't played it in like 2 weeks because I haven't gone back to it in 2 weeks because I totally forgot that I even have it there downloaded on Game Pass. So it's just a weird mindset, of us being physical collectors. So
yeah, I mean, it's like, there's so many ways, like between Game Pass coming out with stuff every month, PlayStation coming out with stuff every month, Amazon has games every month, Epic has games every month. Like, there's tons of just like digital receipts you can just collect and hoard, and they just sit in a list on this platform or that platform. And unless you're looking right at the name, you've got zero connection. You're not like most of you guys. I'm not the big game collector, but you guys are. I know with like John, I could be like, hey John, what's this game on your shelf? And he could tell me like how much he bought it for, when he got it, and where he got it most of the time, So it's like having that like ability to recall it and know what it is like, that's kind of half the battle when it's like going through your backlog and deciding what you're going to play.
Right.
Yeah.
That or John has a touch of autism.
Yep.
And
I do not.
Yeah. The last thing I want to say on this is just like, Game Pass does release, I think usually like 6 to 8 games like a month, and they're trying to space out like their big releases so that they can have a regularly release schedule of things to keep people trying to come back. But with Xbox going to be bowing out of the console, very soon, and becoming just kind of the world's biggest publisher at that point, they are going to be kind of in this, new gatekeeper role that they kind of established, where they're not only publishing games, but they're also choosing what games are going to be released on their service. They're probably going to ramp that service up. Sometimes they give people Game Pass deals and they're able to use that money to finish games, but it is going to be one of those things where they're going to be a big arbiter of what the people actually get to see. And as the world's biggest publisher, that'll be a huge, on them to try to be responsible and try to be, giving equal representation on games. Because like they could easily just decide, like, hey, shmups, that's a PS1 thing, we're not gonna, there's no new shmups or whatever.
And that's the danger just kind of brought into this, right? Like if you think about Netflix, right, or Amazon, I think I watched The Bondsman recently, really enjoyed that show. I log on, it's like, oh, it's been canceled. It had like maybe a month out, and they're just like, oh, it didn't hit the certain metrics that we're looking for, we're canceling it. In the same respect, they can look at that and say, this game isn't really doing what we need to do, we're going to go ahead and remove it off the service now. So hope however many people enjoyed it, cool, but it's not going to be here any longer. And the same vein, like you said, right, and deciding what they want to bring onto that console, they're very much going to dictate what you are served for video games. And that's not exactly a future that I'm looking for. I love the indie scene and being able to, like, I mean, would I have ever picked this up, like on digital? Like, probably not, man. This is probably something I wouldn't even mess with. Would this even be thrown onto a digital service? The Caravan Sandwich? Like, probably not. But having a physical outlet to be able to pick that up,
you probably would have scrolled right past it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Who would you say is a more evil corporation, Sony or Microsoft?
Microsoft.
Both.
Both.
Nintendo.
You said more evil. Nintendo is the answer. Yeah. But yeah, definitely, I would think Microsoft in that respect. And I get what they're doing. I mean, they got to make money. They're profiting off of, gamers in general. I mean, so's Nintendo, so's Sony. They all have their own equal bits of evil within them as a corporation. But you do have to, kind of acknowledge in some respect that there are good things that they're doing, like bringing in Bethesda and kind of keeping that, team in a setting where they're going to actively produce their work and get it out in hopefully a more timely manner than in years past, I think is a plus, right, when it comes to that. So being able to manage those different studios than what they were doing before, or how they were being managed before. So,
well, think about where we were 10 years ago. I remember when Netflix, 10 or 15, when Netflix started their streaming service. All right. I mean, I would take my laptop, I would get an HDMI cable, and I'd hook it up to my television, to watch a movie so I could watch it on the big TV. Now you get smart TVs, all right, that come with Netflix preloaded onto the television. That's where Xbox wants to be. They want to sell you a TV. It has the Xbox on it. You go and play. You don't need anything else. You don't need to hook anything up. That's where we're going.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
everything's in Xbox. Yeah,
and it'll make all the games very frivolous.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and that's how it feels on phones. Phone games don't feel special because they're just, they're all free. There's a billion of them, and they're gonna hound you for ads and money.
Yeah, I've seen so many ads for Last War Survival or whatever the hell it is on my phone. It's ridiculous. It's not a real game, people. All right, let's go into our inflation deflation. So we're playing some Mr. Mosquito this week, or we did play Mr. Mosquito on the PlayStation 2. We all played the US version. Will specifically has the Japanese cover version with the foot on the front. It's
for a very particular kind of man.
I was saying that as a joke, just for Will, but clearly
I wanted to show off my, because feet are a thing.
When I told Ryan you picked that game, I'm like, he didn't pick it for Mr. Mosquito, he picked it for the Japanese cover.
Yeah, and I got it this way. The actual game has come and gone out of my collection several times.
Oh yeah, we're aware it's come and gone,
and it's gotten a little expensive in the past few years, and so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna buy this, and then I turned around and I bought it on PSN as well. So nice. I've been playing it digitally. Nice. I'm not gonna deal with Japanese translation is just too much. But
yeah. Well, this game was developed by Zoom, published by Sony Computer Entertainment, and Fresh Games, directed by Hiroaki Nakagawa. It was released in March of 2002. It is a simulation stealth, and according to Ryan's words, a voyeur game. It has received a 6 out of 10 on general reception. But Ryan, let's get into the synopsis here. Tell us what we're talking about.
Yeah, so you are a voyeuristic mosquito taking turns to visit and drink the blood of each of the Yamada family as they live their normal lives, hopefully unaware of your intrusion. This is a very weird, interesting title. You play as Mr. Mosquito. It's a hot summer in Japan, and you are invading the Yamada house to, kind of go through and live your best life, hoard up some blood for the cold winter. I don't know. It was a little confusing in the beginning because it sounded like she was like, you only have one day as a mosquito. And then it's like, next thing you're hoarding up for the winter so you can survive till next spring. I got a little bit of mixed messages there, but it's a quirky game. It's definitely got that kind of like weird Japan game vibe where it's got very kind of like stilted characters because of the PS2, but like I was also very surprised that all 3 of the family members sound very different, like accent wise. They don't all sound like they're really a part of the same family unit. And so you start off the game, the first level, you are in the daughter's room and you've got to drink some blood. I mean, that's basically your mission in every game or every level, but it's a flying game. You've got, to find a way to drink the blood, but right away you don't know what to do. It's kind of confusing. I think we all kind of had that position where we probably tried it and then we were like, what the hell's going on here? And then we had to like read the controls to actually know what was really going on and how to actually do the thing. But each of the rooms seem like there's interactable objects. Like in the first room, you could turn on the radio and it freaks her out. You could turn off the light and it freaks her out. And eventually, after wasting enough time, you get to find like the target spot where you have to drink from. You do kind of like a little, I don't know, Mario Party, like spin the analog stick to keep the thing in the middle of the bar while you're drinking the blood, or get swatted, or they can like attack you if they spot you, and then you have like a battle with them and you gotta like poke them in the belly to subdue them and make them forget you exist. I don't know. It's a weird one.
Yeah, the moaning was also very odd at times when biting. So I mean, it's like you said, it's a very Japanese style game, and but I'm here for it. It's definitely one of my favorites on the PlayStation 2. The controls, as you had noted, are a little wonky. It's kind of tough to get into it, but it's definitely a casual game, right? Be able to sit down, jump into the game, drink some blood, and it's just got its quirkiness, right? It's casually. Yeah, you got the bedroom scene at first where she's just kind of laying down, listening to music. You have, I think it's like a storage closet where there's like chemicals and you have to avoid it. There's levels later, and I beat this game years ago as well, but there's levels later on where you go into like a steamy bathroom, and I think if I recall correctly, the last level, it's all of them. And you have to try and bite all of them in the last level, like in the same space, I believe. And they're all like kind of against you. But it's been a bit. But yeah, I mean, I enjoy it. It's definitely a good one in my opinion. And it's similar to, God, what's that? It's a Incredible Crisis. It reminds me a little bit of that, the quirkiness from it. Just like the family vibes. Yeah. Well,
I enjoyed the hell out of this game. Once you wrap your head around how to control the damn mosquito, it's fun. And when you get spotted and they get mad and you got to fight them, and then you gotta I don't know, you hit pressure points like in kung fu movies, and the person's just paralyzed. You hit the pressure points and they relax. Then you go about your business and you get in there.
Dude, the God, what? I forget what she says after the first scene. It's something along the lines of like, how was your first time drinking blood or something?
Oh, yeah.
And then like the girl's just like, wait, what? And just stands up immediately.
I enjoy the hell of it. I got to stage 8.
I can't even get that far.
He's definitely on delay.
Can't even
Are
Yeah,
you guys hear robots too?
I can't even sting her the first time. The controls are horrible. I can't free.
Sean,
This is gonna make for the best recording. I got my work cut out.
You got
I
very
know.
animated.
No, I know.
Coming in.
Everything just froze, and I'm just sitting here now, just like pissed off.
You're good. You teleported across the map. We can see you again.
I'm definitely just using the audio from the video on this one.
No,
I'm
I mean,
not
I
even-
can't control the darn mosquito. I didn't know
And he froze.
Oh man,
this is horrible. I mean, I don't know what's going on.
it's hard. Sean does not like the game.
The game sucks.
The
There you
mosquito got the best
The
of you
game
again.
sucks.
He's probably itching
Game's
over it right
nuts.
now. Yeah, I'm definitely going to use the video recording and just take the audio out of that.
There is a sequel to this game, and I guess the Yamato family.
Is it
goes
really?
before- yeah, it's called Ka 2. I guess Ka is the
Ka
name of the
2?
game. Yeah, KA.
That-
And like
That's fine. Do
they
whatever.
go to Hawaii, and it's like the Brady Bunch goes to Hawaii, and the Yamato family goes to Hawaii, and the freaking mosquito
my
just
God.
tags along, unless it's a Polynesian
mosquito?
I don't know. I guess it would be. I mean, he's Mr. Mosquito,
That's true. The Mr. Mosquito.
They're I did say, yeah, I did my there's cheat codes you could use. You could play as Father Mosquito, Mother Mosquito. I haven't used those yet, and I guess there's a bicycle game. I mean,
Is it
bicycle
called
mini
Mr.
game.
Mosquito too?
No, it's only Japan. So it's the Japanese name Ka to the Hawaiian adventure or some bullshit like that. But like I said, there's a mini game that you can do. You got to hold down all the shoulder buttons and do the circular motion with the analog stick. And I guess it's some bicycle
To
game.
like
I don't-
drive a bike?
Yeah, I got to look at. I haven't tried it yet. I'm gonna give it a shot later. I don't know if it'll. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't work on the digital. I guess it would. Wouldn't it? Shouldn't it? Should. We'll see.
So the cover for Ka 2, and it just says Mosquito 2, Let's Go Hawaii, has a mosquito like just on a girl's cheek as she's sleeping. So again, voyeuristic traits.
There's a streak of horny in this game. There truly is. And
I called it. I was telling Ryan, and obviously you heard him, like it's going to be something like Playboy the Mansion. It might be
I was thinking Leisure Suit.
Leisure Suit Larry might be in there, but no, we got Mr. Mosquito. And
Ah,
at first I was thinking, that's not too bad. No, I remembered when I started playing it. That tub scene, that's what it was. It got you to Misty Tub or Steamy
Playboy,
Tub. Yeah.
Playboy the Mansion was so bad. So bad. Playboy
Sounds
the
like-
Mansion. So
Sounds
bad.
like we got to play it for like worst PS2 games month or something.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, let's get down to brass tacks on this
my
one.
buddy, my buddy and I were hanging out, and we were trying to find something to play. I'm sorry if I'm interrupting, but I know I'm in delay. But we were trying to find something that rivals the guy game, because we love playing the guy game when everybody comes over. And so we put Playboy the Mansion on, and my God, I just wanted to break the console right so bad.
isn't it The Sims with boobies, basically?
Yeah, basically. Yeah. And I think the FBI is going to be knocking
yeah,
on Sean's
pretty
door in the
bad.
woods pretty soon.
Chris Hansen. Sean, Chris Hansen's at the door for you.
He's just going to show a receipt of the guy game from
man.
eBay.
Have a seat over here.
It's a great party game with you got 4 or 5 guys over. That is a great game to put on. It's fun.
Oh, man. Well, that were canceled.
He'll be fine.
Oh, man. I
Hey,
know,
it's a
I know.
product. I didn't make it. You didn't make
There's
it.
other products that you don't make
Just
that
be
are
good
still illegal.
consumers.
All right. Brass tacks. I'll say brass tacks again twice, just in case Sean doesn't hear it right away.
I heard
Yeah,
it.
so this week we're looking at 9914 complete inbox copy. That peaked at 112.13 back in March of 22, currently trending down. Loose copy will run you 57.50. That peaked at 71.38 back in July of 2023, trending down. And currently it is available on digital console for $9.99 on PS4 and PS5, and it is on the highest tier of PS Plus
for free.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I mean, like I don't. If I'm looking at Will's like foot cover, maybe $99 makes sense.
I think there's a lot more competition for that version.
Probably, yeah.
You've got people who don't even collect games; they want that.
Yeah, it's true. They probably have like 5 copies on a wall. Will, how many copies you got of that one?
Just the one.
Just the one?
Yeah, I'm not one to double dip. It's all I need. It's
Okay, you just need 1 foot. Okay.
$20 on for the Japanese copy from Surigaya. Usually you can get free shipping from them usually. So
that's not bad.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, I mean $99. I think at that price point it's definitely inflated for a physical copy. It's what, 2, maybe 3-hour game at most. I don't know if
I don't know. I blitzed through the first level once I like knew what I was doing in like 3 or 4 minutes, I think. So
yeah,
probably aren't that many levels once you know what you're doing.
Well, the game gets more difficult as you go through.
Oh yeah, I got up to level 8, and then I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna get that. The daughters as a rich girlfriend come over, and I'm getting that blue blood in my veins.
Will finally sent me the controls this morning, and I didn't realize that the R3 button was actually incorporated into the game. And that to me, that's way advanced for PS2. I would never even think that anybody would ever use that button for the PS2. But yeah, so I'll have to jump back into it. So
it's also a blue bottom disc, so I guess it's a CD, not a DVD.
Yeah. But does the blue disc or blue bottom, as you want to put it, as well as the R3 button, make it worth nearly $100?
Oh, man, no.
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 Yes.
Will's $20 Japanese foot version is a way better deal.
That's true.
Guys, yes, this is $100 game. It's worth every penny. You guys,
you don't even have to play it to enjoy it, right? So
it just sits on my shelf and it brings me joy, and that is that's priceless. Yeah, worth $100. Yes.
You think it's worth $100?
Sean?
Yeah, for the obscurity. Yeah, usually the worst games are the most expensive games, so it fits into the category, and it's pretty bad.
These guys are generous.
Yeah, they are generous. Yeah.
What do you think, John?
I mean, I think it's inflated at $100, but I can get on board with the obscurity of it. So I'll shift my position. I'll go with you guys on this. I'll say it's just right, actually, at $100.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say it's just right.
I guess it's meeting in the middle.
All right. Well, I mean, it's 2 for its deflated, so it's definitely. Are you guys saying it's like good at that price, or would you buy it for more?
Oh no,
I think it's fine at that price.
Okay.
You got to realize $100 for a game these days is the new $20 for a game these days. It's just it's a number, but seriously, what can you go out and get that's quality for like $5-10 anymore? Nothing. So
you can get some stuff like Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
No, dude,
that was like $20 or $30, right?
Yeah,
I think I paid a good amount for buying.
Yeah.
The crap beat up copy I bought was $25, and
figured as much.
It's sitting on price charting. I think last I looked was like $40.
Yeah,
and with the new series coming out, I'm predicting it's gonna go up. So shit like that.
And I'll tell you that is a great playing game. If you've never played that game or given it a chance, the combat is great, the story's great. It's funny because it's PS2 jankiness with how they look, but you could get through that game. It's not a shit game at all. It's a good game to play.
So Sean, what you were saying about games being like the $100 is kind of like the new 20. I steer in that direction, but normally it's around like the $30 to $40 price point for me. So it's more like, what can I find for $30? It's going to be of good value. So can I get a good PS2 game for $30-$40? I think Rumble Roses, Will, was one that you had put me on to, and I picked it up for the podcast, and I thought that was a very good wrestling game for that price point, $30-$40 for a very high quality PS2 game. So
definitely,
I do kind of lean towards that more so than like, hey, it's Mr. Mosquito $100 or some random obscure JRPG for $150-$200. I think there's other games that are in the same genres that are going to be worth that. But Mr. Mosquito is kind of in a league of its own in terms of that type of gameplay.
Yeah, that's
Right,
true. It
right.
is very unique.
All right,
Right.
so we're at just right for this one at $100. All right, cool. All right, well, that concludes the episode. Appreciate you guys coming on. Sean, appreciate the laughs
Thank
on
you,
the
thank
delay.
you.
That's the best thing.
Dude, I don't know what I can do about it.
You know what's
It seems
funny?
better now.
I think you're not on delay anymore. That's just great.
No, I'm not. No, I'm
Oh
not.
my
And I'm
God, he's
afraid to
not.
talk. I'm afraid to talk because like every time I talk, it's like it starts freaking out right there.
I like how it went the entire
I'm
episode.
hardwired in. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know.
This is what happens, man. This is my life.
I thought it was me at first because we had that storm coming in, but then everybody else experienced it, so I felt pretty good about it afterwards. So
Yeah. Make me just make me like a sexy bunny avatar or something when
There we go.
when you edit it.
Sexy bunny.
I'm not that good at editing.
You have my permission. Do what you want.
Sean,
You heard him, internet.
Will, do your magic. Next cover for your podcast.
Sean is a bunny.
Oh yeah. Just that sexy bunny avatar
we
for
can-
the cover.
As soon as I figure it
can
out,
make that.
we're all going to be anime girls. And we're going to be V podcast. Instead of VTuber, V podcasters and shit.
Oh, God.
Yeah. We've been talking about it. We're gonna definitely delve into the VTuber realm. We're gonna make millions.
Oh. Millionaires.
Oh, here come the foot pictures as well.
Yeah.
Sean sitting outside his
Stop.
house in the woods with his feet.
Yeah.
That's
Just
we're gonna
just
make
dig
a lot of money here.
digging my toes in the dirt. Be good. Send him to Will. Good to go.
All right. Well, I think we should end the episode here before we go into a deeper hole. So this has been episode 344 of the Game Deflators Podcast. We've been joined by Will and Sean of PlayStation Ain't Dead. My name is John,
I'm Ryan.
and thanks for listening.
Thanks for having us, man.
No problem.